welcome to another episode of Pet Pals. I'm Bethany Davidson, the Humane Educator at Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center. This morning, Tammy, our volunteer and animal wrangler, is starting off with Charlie. Charlie is a relatively new member to the adoption floor. She's approximately 8 to 9 years old, and she is just one of many seniors on our adoption floor right now. We are short on kittens, but we have a large number of seniors, and there are a lot of benefits to adopting senior pets. First and foremost, they are a little bit more relaxed. Their personalities are set. It's not like opening up the box of chocolates. You just don't know what you're going to get, because kittens haven't figured out who they want to be yet. Their personalities are still forming. But with a senior cat like Charlie, you know that she's going to be calm and relaxed and be affectionate and want to sit on your lap and hang out with you. You know, okay, she's a little bit afraid of loud noises and strangers and things like that, but she'll warm up to that stuff with a little bit of time and effort. They generally have lived in homes before, senior pets, so especially with cats, they may be already trained not to scratch furniture or go up on surfaces like your table and your counter. They probably already have well-established histories of how they're going to be with other animals. Charlie, for example, has lived with and gotten along with cats and dogs in her past, so you know kind of what you're getting into, especially when you're getting an owned animal here at the shelter, because we're going to have information from the previous owners. Even as strays, though, their personalities are set. You know, when you're interacting with them here in the shelter, you know a little bit more of what you're going to get. Charlie is a tortie. She's a domestic short hair. She, again, lived with other cats. She's a little shy, but not too much. She's definitely warming up here in the shelter. She's calm. She's able to handle. Volunteers have seen her, really enjoying spending time on laps and cuddling. She loves to hang out in her bed. She can be a little vocal when she wants something. She has a little bit of what I call an old lady meow. She's purring super loudly. She has a great purr. She's needing. She's super cute. She's affectionate. There's a lot of great things about Charlie and all of our senior cats. So if you're interested in making one of these seniors part of your family, stop in and visit. You can ask to see Charlie or any of our seniors. Boo Boo is another one of our seniors. He's between 7, 8 years old approximately. He is an orange tabby. He is a handsome guy. He is not listed as overweight, but he is a heavier guy. He's just bigger, longer. He's more muscular. So he's definitely not a teeny tiny little guy. He weighs about 14 pounds right now. He too has lived with other cats. He is a senior here in our book, but he lived with cats that were much more senior than he was. So cats in the 14, 15-year-old range. So he was the youngest of his family of cats. And now he is the last one who needs to find a home. He and the other cats that came in with him were brought to us because they were not allowed to go where the owner was moving. There were no pets allowed there. According to the previous owner, Boo Boo is used to being around other cats, obviously, and then dogs as well. He's a little bit shy, but not too shy. We have him color-coded as orange, which is just individually average. And then he's calm. He can be independent, but he can also be a lap cat, which kind of fits into that whole just typical cat personality, the independent, the individually average type of color coding. He has been undergoing treatment while he was here for a mild urinary tract infection, so that's something that, depending on when you were to adopt him, you might have to work on, getting a little bit more vet care than maybe some of the other animals on the floor, just to check in on that, make sure that he's getting fed the right diet and things like that so that he doesn't develop another one of those infections. When you're adopting any animal, but especially a senior animal, you do need to kind of keep a little bit of extra money saved away in case some medical things come up, because just like with people, as animals age, they incur more medical expenses as well. So seniors are great animals, and you want to definitely not push them to the wayside because they're a little bit older, but they do, require you to think a little bit more about, are you going to be able to financially provide for their medical expenses as they age? So something to think about before adding a pet to your household. But any pet could develop something that you would need to have them vetted for as well. If you are interested in Boo Boo, all of our seniors get discounts. So from 5 to 9, they get a $20 reduction in their adoption fee, and that's the section that Boo Boo fits into. So he would be going home for a fee of $77.50. Our next guest is a little bit younger than the other cats that have been on the show today. This is Callie. She is about 2 years old. She's a dilute tortie in domestic shorthair. So earlier on the show we had Charlie, who was a tortoise shell or tortie. And she had the blacks and oranges and things like that. And Callie is the kind of whitewashed or dilute version of that. So instead, she has the grays and the creams and all those kinds of colors mixed in. She has a beautiful coat, and she also has a beautiful personality. She can be initially a little bit shy, but she's definitely coming out of her shell. She's very sweet, she's very affectionate, she's easy to handle. She's starting to come up to the front of her cage and ask for attention. And we will change the color codings of the animals on our adoption floor if we feel it's necessary. Sometimes they're initially just really scared when they first arrive because it's a new place and it's a scary place. And as they start to settle in and they get comfortable living here, then they start to show a little bit more of their true personality, a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more outgoing. And those are things that you should expect to happen when you adopt an animal as well. It's going to be an adjustment period. It's going to take them a few days, or depending on the cat, sometimes even months to adjust and feel safe and secure in that new place. Callie was brought to us because her owner said that they didn't have time to take care of her after about 2 years. So when you're thinking about adding a pet to your home, you really want to think about your lifestyle and do you have time? Because it is difficult for these animals to make transitions. They're used to living somewhere, 2 years, she's 2 years old, so basically her entire life with one home and with one family, and now she's here with us. So it can be stressful for them. So you really want to make sure that you are picking a pet, or maybe deciding that it's not good for you to have a pet at all based on your lifestyle. Cats are a little bit less involved. They are pretty independent. You just need to make sure you're scooping their litter box and feeding them. But if you really need to be gone all day, you can free feed for the day. They're definitely a more low maintenance pet than say a dog, something like that. So just thinking about what's going to be the best fit for you and your lifestyle. She is afraid of loud noises, which most cats are, but she has lived with other cats and she's friendly with them, gets along. She's also had experience with dogs and children of a variety of ages. So there's not really any home that we think that she wouldn't be a good fit for. Because she is an adult cat that is not a senior, she would be adopted for a fee of $97.50. Our next cat is something a little bit different than what we traditionally have on our adoption floor. We have mostly domesticated breeds, so domestic short hairs, medium hairs, long hairs. It's rare that we will get something a little bit more exotic. But this is Cookie, and Cookie is a Persian cat. He is one of 2 more exotic breeds on the floor right now. We also have Neptune, who is a ragdoll. Cookie is about 5 years old, and he came to us with another cat who's going to be on the show next, named Tigger, and they were brought to us due to their owner's living situation changing. A lot of times, we do get people who are moving and surrender their pets for that reason, but occasionally we also do get owners who are surrendering due to homelessness, which is unfortunate. And we are going to be here for their animals, and we are going to provide them with proper, care and love and attention until we can find them another home. So Cookie is on the adoption floor now. Persians are obviously beautiful cats, but they do have grooming needs. He's going to need to make sure that his fur is groomed to prevent getting matted and things like that, because they have the shorter face. Some people say like smush face or the brachiocephalic face. they can be more prone to getting upper respiratory infections and other types of things. It's a little bit more difficult for them to breathe than the animals with the longer snouts or muzzles. So paying attention to any special care needs that this particular breed is going to need is going to be important. He is a little bit on the shyer side, so giving him opportunities to kind of settle in and get comfortable, but he is able to handle. Right now he's hanging out in his litter box because that's a safe place for him, and we're hoping that once he adjusts to life on the adoption floor that he'll start coming out and showing a little bit of his true personality. As I mentioned, he has lived with another cat who is also available for adoption, and he's lived with dogs as well, children. There's not a lot of information given here. So the two cats, Cookie here and Tigger, they are not a bonded pair, but they could be adopted together if that's something you were interested in. To visit with Cookie, you can stop by 1832 Rosemont Avenue. The last cat we have for you today is Tigger. He's approximately 1 year old, and again, he came in with Cookie, the Persian that was on the show previously. So they could be adopted together or separately. We are not suggesting that they be adopted together necessarily, but we just noted it on their cards in case you're looking to adopt two. A lot of people come in, they want two cats, and it is much easier if you adopt two that are already familiar with one another, get along, have lived together, and kind of established that hierarchy of who's in charge and whatnot. There are no guarantees when you adopt multiple pets that they're going to get along. So a lot of people, that can be a deal breaker for them, and unfortunately there are no guarantees, so you can make it a lot easier on yourself by adopting cats that are already familiar with one another. So we have these two, Cookie and Tigger, and then we also have on the adoption floor Callie number 1, also known as Fat Callie, and Spotty. They previously lived together as well, so they're familiar with one another and are now living together in the kitty cabana once again. Tigger came in as with Cookie because their owner was homeless. It says here that Tigger only gets along with other cats. He's not gotten along, according to the previous owner, with dogs. But again, very sweet, more outgoing than Cookie. Will come right up to the front of the cage, but when there's loud noises and things around, is a little bit nervous, a little bit shy around those types of things, which is just common cat behavior. He will be neutered before he leaves. So all of the cats, dogs, rabbits, we make sure that they are spayed or neutered before they leave. That's part of the adoption fee. So for the $97.50 that you would pay to adopt Tigger, you would get the neutering, rabies vaccine, distemper vaccine, county license, dewormer, flea and tick preventative, microchipping, and a free well visit to the vet. So you really can't beat what you get for that fee. If you are interested in adopting Tigger or any of the animals that you've seen on the show today, the first step is to come in and visit. You can do that here at 1832 Rosemont Avenue. If cats aren't your thing, you're more into dogs and maybe some small animals, stay tuned. After the break, we'll introduce you to a handful of those types of animals.
Here's a special message to Frederick County employers. Are you planning to fill open positions? Have you been struggling to find the skills you require among job applicants? Frederick County Workforce Services not only offers solutions, but will also save your business time and money. We offer many benefits at no cost to your organization, such as a member of our professional team will serve as a point of contact for your recruitment and training needs. We'll consult with you to develop a customized recruitment plan for your organization. We can connect you with grant funding that is designated for hiring and training new employees. You'll have access to our on-site recruitment event space to meet with qualified candidates in person. We'll provide you with a variety of job listing opportunities, connecting you with a wide range of local talent. All this and more at no cost to you. To connect with us, visit frederickworks.com today.
there, I'd like to tell you about a great opportunity for homeschool families right here at Fountain Rock Park. Our staff is dedicated to the idea of presenting science and nature concepts to all children, and with this in mind, we've developed an all-new series of homeschool classes. Subjects include animals, trees, geology, weather, and more. At Fountain Rock, the emphasis is on active, engaged learning. Our hour-and-a-half programs contain equal parts of class time, hands-on time, and outdoor exploration. For more information, check out recreator.com or feel free to call us.
Child abuse is not an isolated problem. It affects each of us, and it is only through each of us that child abuse can be prevented. Get involved. Call the Child Advocacy Center to find out how to help. 301-600-1758.
Welcome back. Our canine population is fairly low, so that gives us an opportunity to showcase some of the residents of our small animal room. So first up we have Carmel, and she is a 2-year-old Harlequin rabbit. And just like dogs and cats have their own different breeds, rabbits have varying breeds as well. So this is a Harlequin rabbit. Right now we also have a Californian rabbit, we have an American rabbit, we have Rex rabbits. So we have a variety of those breeds available for adoption right now. Carmel is one of maybe 6-ish rabbits that are available for adoption right now. Our rabbits are adopted for a fee of $50. And we make sure that all of the rabbits are spayed or neutered before they are adopted as well. Carmel here has already been spayed, so all she needs now is just to find that right family to make her their newest addition. This Harlequin rabbit, Carmel, was brought to us because she was one more thing to care for in the household was just too much. The family already had 3 existing rabbits and they had 6 children, so it was just one more thing was too much. So again, we talked about lifestyle before the break, and making sure that you're not putting too much on your plate. You know, just like you want to get the right type of animal for your lifestyle, you want to make sure you're not overextending yourself as well. You know, everybody wants to adopt, they want to take in an animal and help that animal, but it's also just as important to make sure that you're just properly maintaining the animals that you do have. If you're taking on more than you can handle and you have to bring the animals to the shelter, that's not really doing anyone any good either. So you want to make sure that you're not taking on more than you can handle. According to the previous owners, again, she's used to, you know, being handled by children. She's a little shy, but she's also very friendly, very sweet. She likes, you know, the typical carrots and lettuce and celery. They say she also likes apples, strawberries, and bananas. She ran outside and in the house. It is important to let rabbits have some outside time to run and play in the grass, but they are prey animals, so you do have to supervise them. You know, you don't want to take your eyes off of them while they're outside, just because you don't want anything bad to happen to them. So rabbits have a lot of special care needs, so again, making sure that it is a good fit for your lifestyle, and then also making sure that you can provide all of those special care needs to them. If you're interested in Carmel, you can visit her here at Animal Control. We are open to the public 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Our first dog today is Benny, and he is a bundle of energy. Benny is a 2-year-old boxer, and Benny was brought to us because he's too much to handle. So what I will say is what I say frequently. When you're getting a dog, it is very important, no matter the size, no matter the breed, especially if you're getting a puppy, to train your puppy. It is a lot easier to train your dog when it is a puppy and it's small and easier to handle and easier to manage than when it becomes a 2-year-old that weighs 65 pounds. So, you know, he's a sweet dog, but he has a lot of energy and he has no manners. So he is a beautiful dog, but he's going to be a project dog for his next family. You want to make sure that you are committed to giving him things to keep him stimulated both mentally and physically. So he's going to need a lot of exercise. He's going to need things to keep him active in the house so he doesn't start destroying things because he's bored. And he's going to need a lot of training, things to, sit, down, stay, walk nicely on his leash, to not jump up on people like he's been jumping on Tammy all day. He needs a lot of consistency to really rein that energy in a little bit. Something that will help is getting him neutered. So we will make sure that he is neutered before he goes off to his new home. So hopefully that'll calm him down a little bit. But again, making sure that you are fully committed to this entire package that Benny is, not just the fact that he's a beautiful boxer. You want to make sure that you can handle his behavior and help him to kind of rein it in a little bit. He seems to be, a little fearful, needs work on house training. So he's cautious in his kennel. He seems to be afraid of the other dogs. He's difficult to walk, so he definitely needs a harness. But he does like affection and attention, and so he has a lot of good qualities, but he just needs somebody to help him refine other aspects of his self so that he can be the best dog possible. If you're interested in Benny, you want to stop and visit with him. Our hours of visitation are going to be Monday, Tuesday, and Friday from 10 to 5, Wednesday and Thursday from 12 to 8, and Saturday from 10 to 4. Our next dog is Reggie, and he came to us as a stray. He's been with us since the 13th of May, and he's recently made his way onto the adoption floor. He is super sweet. He is very friendly. He's very affectionate. We are all quickly falling in love with Reggie. He is about a 1-year-old dog, and he is a beautiful blue and white pit bull mix. He is just a gorgeous dog, and he has that great personality to match. He too is unneutered, so we'll make sure that before he goes off to his new family, that gets done. So in addition to being neutered, all of our dogs here get their rabies vaccinations, they get their county licenses, they get distemper and bordetella vaccines. We deworm them, we give them flea and tick preventative, and then we also microchip them and send them home with their new families with a free well visit to the vet. So you really can't beat what you're getting for that price. And when you're looking at adult dogs, that's going to be going home, all of that information, you'll be getting for just $92.50. If you're getting a dog that's under a year old, the adoption fee is $150. So you really can't beat that. We are still getting to know Reggie and the things that he likes and doesn't like, but based on his behavior assessment, he keeps his kennel clean, he has no reaction to other dogs, he's easy to obtain, he's difficult to walk in that, he pulls and jumps a little bit, no issues with food aggression, loves to be petted, he will give you kisses, no problems whatsoever when handling his feet, and then he just resisted and got a little wiggly when handling his mouth. So he's going to be somebody's just an amazing pet for someone. But before that can happen, somebody has to come into the shelter and see him. If you are interested in visiting with Reggie or any of the dogs, you can come to 1832 Rosemont Avenue. People come to the shelter daily looking for small dogs, and we don't get them as frequently as we get the larger breeds. But right now we do have Peach on our adoption floor, and she is a Maltese, and she weighs just shy of 7 pounds. So she is currently available for adoption, but these types of dogs go very quickly. Even as we're filming the show today, somebody is waiting to see her. So if you're interested in Peach or any of the small dogs that you see, if you want to call before coming in, that might help make your decision because they could already be adopted before you come in. So a number that you can call is always going to be 301-600-1546 so that you can make sure that your trip isn't just a waste in case you are only able to take on a small dog like Peach. Peach did come to us as a stray, so we're still learning things about her, but very quickly we've learned that she's a very sweet, very easygoing dog. She is color-coded blue, which is pretty rare. We don't get a lot of blue color-coded dogs. Those are the most easy to handle, the best behaved usually. They're easily adaptable to change. And they also tend to a lot of times be older dogs. So Peach is about 5 years old. When we're talking about, her behavior assessment is excellent, but she does have some medical things. So it is recommended that she have a dental within the next 12 months. So you want to make sure that you can afford those types of things. Senior pets often need to get their teeth cleaned and sometimes get some extractions. Also, our vet has noticed that sometimes she has a low-grade heart murmur. It's not consistently heard, so that's something that your vet, if you were to adopt Peach, would need to keep an eye on. And then you would need to monitor for excessive coughing or exercise intolerance, things like that. However, not every dog or cat or animal in general, for that matter, who has a heart murmur will that develop into heart disease. So just keeping an eye on that and making sure that you're getting her vetted as is needed. If you're interested in Peach, you can visit her here at 1832 Rosemont Avenue. Our visiting hours are going to be Monday, Tuesday, and Friday from 10 to 5, Wednesday and Thursday from 12 to 8, and Saturday from 10 to 4. Again, you can call before making the trip in to see Peach. Our last guest today is Divot, and Divot is approximately 3 to 4 years old. She is a beautiful blue brindle American Staffordshire Terrier mix. So she is weighing in about 40 pounds. She's just a little over 40 pounds. So she's a small dog if you want that kind of bully breed energy, but maybe you can't handle, a 40, 50, 60 pound pit bull, or excuse me, she is a 40 pound a dog. You can't handle that bigger dog, the 60 pound and up dog. She's going to have that same type of vibe, but she's going to fit better in a smaller home or an apartment, townhouse, those types of things. And if you're worried about being able to handle a dog, if they're going to be too strong for you walking on a leash and stuff like that, then Divot might be a good option. She came to us as a stray, and unfortunately, an owner didn't come looking for her, which was surprising to us because she is so incredibly sweet. A lot of people have been asking, did she have puppies? Probably yes. But she did not come into us with any puppies. Her behavior assessment has been a great one. She keeps her kennel clean. She's very friendly. She's easy to obtain. She's easy to walk. She pulls a little bit, but we have a harness for her, and she walks really nicely on that. No food aggression issues, no guarding issues, and she just loves affection. She really loves to be around people. We have found she's a little under-socialized with other dogs. We can't figure out if she's jealous that other dogs are with people and she wants that attention, or if she's trying to initiate play, but she makes some kind of interesting noises when she's interacting with other dogs. So we're working on figuring that out. So she might do best in a home with no other dogs, where she's the only dog. If you are interested in Divot, you can visit her here at 1832 Rosemont Avenue. We have already spayed her, so she's going to go home spayed, as all the dogs are. She's also getting, of course, her rabies vaccine, distemper, bordetella, county license. We've already microchipped her. She's been given all of her preventatives, dewormers, flea and tick, so on and so forth. So she's ready to go. All she needs now is for that perfect family to come and apply for her. If you are interested, again, visit 1832 Rosemont Avenue. We want to thank you for watching today and getting to know just a handful of our adoptable animals. As always, there are many more on the adoption floors that are not on the show today. So stop in and visit and see if you find your next family member.